Hi, I'm Bob Moore, and once again, this is our second video in the series. Today, we're going to take a look at using OneSignal along with Alpha's integrated login capability. And what we're going to do is when somebody logs in, we're going to store an external ID that will be generated when they log in to the OneSignal database. So now we can easily identify a particular user, and that would allow us to send any type of message we wanted to a specific user. Let me just minimize that there, and we're going to go ahead. We're going to use the same application that we've used before, but we're going to create a new app in Alpha. So I've created a new project here, OneSignal authentication with authentication. I'm going to go ahead and in my project properties here, make sure I've got OneSignal enabled. So we'll do that here, and we're going to go ahead and put our ID in here, and that's all we need to do there. Now, to start this out, the easy way to do this is jump into web security and use the quick setup Genie. This makes life really easy. So let's see, we're not going to use the default extended user table. We're going to use one that I've already created. So I'm going to say go ahead and enable that. And it's going to create some users. We're going to fix that as well. So my connection string, here I've got a SQL database that I'm using for my extended data. So let's go ahead and use that. And the table name is going to be AA system table underbar extended user info. And the ID field, we want to set that up, is going to be the user ID here. And yeah, that's fine. And we'll say we want to have an image behind the login prompt. So all this stuff was just created for us. And now we've got a full system with authentication here. I'm going to go into web security again and go to my security configuration because I want to use a SQL table for my users as well, because I've already defined that. So let's edit that. By default, they'll use a DBF, but I'm going to change that to use a SQL database that I already have. And when I say OK here, it's going to ask for the connection string to that database, and we're going to use the same one that we used for the extended table. And that's all we need to do there. And it's going to say we want to use the existing security tables, and I just have to republish things. So let's just go ahead and do that and say OK. And that's now all set. And that's okay. We've already done that. Close that out. Now let's go in and modify. We have to modify a component in order for it to sense that, oh, we're using OneSignal, and oh, I need to add those files in. So I'm going to go ahead and modify the login component itself. So let's get that. That's right here. And we'll create a backup for it. Make a few changes to this. In properties, I'm going to treat this as sort of like a mobile project. So rather than redirecting to another page, I'm going to just we'll just change the focus on the panel card. And the other thing I'm going to do is go into our controls here, and I'm just going to pull the background off the background image. I just prefer not to have that. And I'm going to go ahead and save it. Now, once I do the save, it's going to identify that, oh, we've added OneSignal to this project, and it's going to go ahead and add the appropriate service worker files, etc. So now it's good to go. And if we come over here, we'll see the OneSignal folder has been added into the project. From here, this should be good to go. Let's go ahead and run live test, and we're going to launch the login page. Okay, yeah, start the server up. Again, we're using the localhost. And I'm going to hit Control-Shift-I so we can see our debugger. And I'm going to look at our local storage, and I can see that I've already had a user log in here. So that means that I've been testing with this, and I've already used this. And right now, this whole application is not going to work properly because a previous application or added the permission to allow notifications. So we're going to clean that out right now. So just jump up here and just hit Site Settings, Delete Data. So delete all that, reset all the permissions, and it's like starting with a blank slate. This is a great way to test your program, because you can change it all the time if you want. You just got to remember to reset everything. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me just jiggle this thing a little bit. Okay, there we go. And we have to reload. So we reload over here. And now we can see our local storage has been zeroed out and so on. Now we have to wait, because I have it set for 10 seconds. So 10 seconds, and it will prompt us, do you want to allow notifications? And I'll say, yep, subscribe. And then this is the native browser saying, yeah, you want to allow that? And I do. And then we see over here, thanks for subscribing. So everything's working as we would expect. And now let's go ahead and log in our user. So we'll log in this guy here. Let's see, this is, and we'll do a login. Yeah, this is the panel card that came into view. Notice over here that we've stored the OneSignal external ID. Now this will be specifically to this user. And this is an important reference, because all of the messages that could possibly be sent to this user, and that would include SMS and email and push notifications, will use this external user ID. So you can use that to send messages to a specific user, and those can be triggered server side. There's a full API for that. The OneSignal's got extensive API, both client side and server side, so there's a lot you can do with that. And then we've also stored the user's name here. And if we go back over here and look in the OneSignal dashboard and take a look at our users, we'll see, yep, this is the user that just logged in. And notice I also included a tag here. So this is something we add automatically to the user. Makes it really easy for you to, you could specifically look for that user tag and send a message to that user. And it's also just easy just to reference it. Now, so if this user were to log in, say through SMS or something else, they would have the same external ID. And that makes it really simple to target a specific user with SMS or email or push. So that works out really nice. So let's go back over here and we'll just log this user out. And we'll log in another user here. All right, and so this user's ID will change. So we'll see the signal, the OneSignal user is different, and then you'll notice the external ID. This one's B600. And if we take a look over here, refresh this. This is our dashboard at OneSignal. We'll be able to see the new tag came in, and we can see these are our external IDs. So remember, this one is F300E and this one's B600. So if I go back here and log out and log in the first guy here and take a look at the user ID, and you'll notice it's the same, right? And the reason that happens is because of the extended user table. So we store the OneSignal external ID in that extended user table. We're not generating a new one every time the guy logs in. So, and you can always tell if that's working properly by just refreshing this page here, and you'll see that there was not a new record generated. You know, the same guy's still there, and he's got the same external ID. So you want to make sure that's a good way to check. Do I have my external table set up correctly, and is everything working the way it should be? So that is a quick overview of using OneSignal along with the security that's already baked into Alpha. I think we've done a good job of making it easy for you to identify specific users and to send messages to specific users and so on. Oh, the one thing I haven't shown you is, how do you send a message? Well, it's pretty easy. So we'll just come over here and we'll just go to push, and in this case we'll just say that we want to repeat this. So duplicate what we did there, and it's going to say hello world, review and send the message, and then down over here you should see the message, which we do see. So that was our quick overview of using security with OneSignal, and I'll follow this up with another presentation on using a progressive web app with OneSignal. So stay tuned for that.